What's happening, ninjas? This is Kelly, your real estate ninja, and I'm doing a live right now on both Facebook and YouTube. Now, this is going to be an interesting training. If you're watching this live, thank you. If you're going to watch this after it drops, this is an expired marketing strategy. So we want to talk about how you can list expireds, the system that I use, and what you can do to duplicate it. So if you follow me, you know I do a lot of training on FSBOs. I've done training on expireds. I've done training on geofarming for both buyers and sellers, open house strategies. And we're going to be dropping some killer content this weekend on open house strategies. But pay close attention, because I'm literally going to walk you through a business in a box for expired listings. Now, up until this time, most of you have been told that you need to primarily do a lot of cold calling. If you know me, I'm not against cold calling, but I don't do a lot of cold calling. If you want information on how to be a cold call dominator, Ricky Caruth and Brandon Mulrennan are phenomenal real estate teachers. I love them, love their concept, but I don't do it as much. This is 2021, so I'm dating the video. But, you know, cold calling today is different than it was 5 years ago, just like running Facebook ads are. 5 years ago, 3 years ago, you could run a Facebook property valuation ad and literally get tons of leads. Today, you can't. It's just, you can, but it's not as effective. And with the new changes in like iOS and different cell phone carriers, a lot of calls are going to scam. So anyway, having said that, if you're going to cold call, watch the beginning of the video. I point you to two great teachers, but let's get started on an expired listing strategy. I'm going to share with you a little bit about what I do. I just created a couple of these things. So we're in beta mode testing it, but my expired campaigns typically get really good results. So what I'm going to do is share my screen, and I'm going to walk you through kind of the concept of how you guys are going to do your expired. Now, guys, I have been waking up the last couple of days at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I get my cup of coffee, I get ready, I come into my office. I'm finding that it's better to do my marketing at like 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, and be done by 8:30 or 9. And then I can do phone calls. I can do content marketing. Like I like to do a lot of videos. I'm getting ready to ramp up, and I can't wait to share with you guys in the next couple months. I'm building out a local YouTube channel, and I'm building this out to beta test, and then I will present it to you on how to use a local YouTube channel to get leads for free. But I digress. That's a whole different thing. So what I do is I wake up in the morning and I do this strategy. And guys, if you're an agent and you do this, this will be a good way for you guys to start building out your pipeline. So for expired listings, I'm going to log into my MLS, make sure I'm there, right? So we're going to go ahead and hit Matrix. And once we're in, I'll be able to do some checking. Now, in this strategy, I use a company called My Plus Leads. I use my local MLS, and I use Mailbox Power, and I use direct mail, not just postcards, but actual direct mail. So hang with me on this, guys. So in the morning when I wake up, I'm going to do my FSBO marketing, expired marketing, very similar, but I'm going to go ahead and look at all the new FSBOs for this day. I'm getting anywhere from, and let me just do this. I'm getting anywhere from 100 to 150 seller leads a month with My Plus Leads. And these are FSBOs, expireds, canceled, and withdrawals. And guys, I'm getting things like email addresses, cell phone numbers, addresses, whether they live there or they're absentee. I'm getting all of that. Plus, I'm starting to get a bunch of pre-foreclosure data. That's a whole nother training. But what I'll do is I'll log in and I'll look and I'll see. So the very first expired that I saw was this one at 450K. So all I did was I copied the MLS number. I dropped it inside of my MLS. And what I'm looking for right now is I want to make sure of these 4 leads for today. And today I got 7 new leads. I got 2 FSBOs and 4 expireds, right? 7 leads today. I can literally start a full marketing campaign on all of these guys. So once I check in the MLS, I want to make sure that it is canceled and it's withdrawn unconditional. It's either expired or canceled. If it's withdrawn with a C, I leave them alone. I don't market to them because technically they still have a relationship with the agent. Okay. So having said that, I look down here and I just want to see they were offering a 3%. The listing agent's the owner. So on this one, and again, guys, this is why I want you to look at these things, because you've got to make sure that you're sending it to the right person. If the listing agent is either the owner or related, you don't want to be sending them. But because I don't want to have a long video here, and I've got 4 of these leads, I don't want to go through each of these leads on today's video. Please understand, if you use this strategy, check every one of these, right? Check every one of these. My typical cutoff point is anything under 300K I don't do. Well, today, all 4 of these are ripe for the picking. Now, I'm not going to do that one, but let's just assume, guys, that this was not an agent owner. I'm going to go down here and check, and I want to make sure that it's not relisted, because sometimes you'll get a lead in My Plus Leads and it'll say expired or canceled. You'll go in and check and they've relisted right away. So you don't want to be marketing to people that relisted right away. I hope you're with me on that. So once I have this information and I'm like, okay, this is a lead I want to go after, the next thing I do is I look at my direct mail piece. I'm going to show you what I created for this scenario. Here's a letter that I've created, guys. I'm going to print this letter. I'm going to print the letter, and then I'm going to go ahead and send that letter by direct mail today. I'm going to literally put it in the mailbox. I'll walk out to my mailbox today and put 4, 5, or 6 brand new letters. What is that? Say 5 times 50 cents, $2, right? And those letters go out today. These people will start getting these letters by Saturday or Monday. So within a day or 2, they're going to get my letters, right? The other thing that I do is I will usually, what I'll do on now this has nothing to do with my postcards, because I'm going to do that next. Remember, multi-tiered marketing. Wait till you see this thing, guys. So again, wake up in the morning, check the leads, make sure they're viable. In this instance, what I'll do is I will print this property sheet, right? And I will highlight. Remember now, I'm not going to do anything with this lead because it's an agent owner, but let's pretend they're not. I'm going to go ahead and print this full color. When I print it, I'm going to do what we call a bandit MLS mailer. I'm going to include the first sheet of the MLS print, and I'm going to take a red pen like this, and I'm going to mark on this right up there. I'm going to mark on the pic, like I'm going to circle the picture, and I'm going to probably draw a red line here and say, let's talk about this. I'm going to go ahead and circle a couple other things. I might circle this whole thing and say, one of the things that we want to talk about is your description, making sure that description is something that an owner or a buyer would like. So again, I'm going to circle different things that I think are negative. And what's really great is if you get an expired and the pictures look like boo-boo, you know what I'm talking about, where agents go in and they'll, instead of taking a picture like this, they'll do like this. And so in the MLS, it shows up like a little bot, right? They're all over. Guys, I'm looking right now for a buyer. The majority of the MLS pictures that I'm seeing are hideous. That is perfect. So when I send this direct mail letter, I'm going to also add the bandit mailer. I'm going to go ahead and have it all marked out in red saying, hey, we should talk about this. This might be one of the reasons why it didn't sell, first impressions. Click, scroll or circle in red the description. One of the things that we need to look at is cleaning up your description to make sure that the buyer is absolutely wowed by your home, right? I'm going to include that bandit mailer with all the, remember when you were in school and you would turn in your assignment and that teacher would mark it up in red, right? And you'd get it back. And the more red that was on your paper, the more the alarm bells went off in your head. Like, oh my God, I'm going to get a bad grade. Well, that's the psychology of the bandit mailer. So step 1, I've verified that it's a lead. I went ahead today and mailed out the direct mail letters to that individual. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to find out there is an email address. There's a phone number. Now, he is on the do not call. I will not call or text him. But that email address, inside of my CRM, I will have an expired campaign built out. And it won't be I want to come list your home. It'll be valuable stuff, right? I will go ahead now and put him onto that email campaign and probably space out the emails maybe every 3 days for a month. So let's say 10 emails over 1 month, and the emails aren't going to be in your face. Hey, I'm awesome. I want to come list your home, blah, blah, blah. They're going to be informational stuff, dropping offers. Hey, have you considered? I'd love to share with you how I find buyers. If you'll invite me over, I promise we won't pressure for a listing, but I'll bring 10 buyer leads and I'll share with you how I got them and why these buyers would be the best buyers to send to your home, right? I do things other eight, right? These are the emails you're going to drop. So recap, logged in 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock, found my expireds I want to market to for the day. First step, direct mail letters. There we go. Sun's kind of coming out. Let me close my window. Direct mail letters right there. Ooh, there it is right there. Right. That's it. And then I go ahead and put the bandit mailer, this thing with red markup. So that's gone. Now I've gone in and I've grabbed his information, created him as a contact in my CRM, and launched him on a drip email campaign. So let's talk real quick what's going on. So how many touches are we talking about? First touch is my letter going out today. Second touch is an email going out today. 9 more touches for the next 30 days or 9 more emails. So right now I'm up to 11 touches, but it gets better. So again, waking up, and this process for each client can take me maybe 10 minutes. So if I've got 4, 10 times 4, I'm sorry, if I've got 4 and it takes me 10 minutes, you do the math. In about an hour, I can have all these campaigns launched for my FSBOs and expireds. Actually, I do it quicker than that, but budget when you're first starting about an hour. All right, so now let's look at the next thing. I use direct mail like a beast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come grab his information. So I'm going to create inside of my mailbox power, which is my direct mail piece. Now, if you haven't seen my direct mail, go to closingdomination.com. I do a complete walkthrough on it. If you don't like my direct mail, go find a direct mail company, because this, guys, is how you're going to get closings. And can I tell you that I get more calls off my direct mail than anything else, even Facebook ads? People literally call me because, it comes down to your content. You can't just throw out a letter. Hey, I work with so-and-so broker and we did 1 million homes last year and we sold at 99.2% of value. And these people don't know what the freak that is. Drop a couple offers, drop some, hey, I'm just a regular schmo. I'd love to talk with you, right? Here's what makes me different. I have a no handcuff listing agreement. If you guys want to move forward, that'll be on you, not me. But you can fire me at any time. But I'd love to share with you what makes us different. If you really want to get right, be different on your marketing messages. But anyway, so now I've sent the direct mail letter out today. I've started the email campaign. Now I'm going to go into my direct mail, mailbox power, and I am going to go ahead and create a contact. I'm going to bring him over to mailbox power as a contact. Once he's in there, I'm going to go to automations, guys. This is so cool. Watch this. I'm going to go to my automations. I'm going to go to my expired drip, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. My expired campaign has, check this out, 4 cards going out. 1 goes out today, then every 7 days a postcard. So let's stop for a minute and just take this all in. Wake up early in the morning. Get your cup of coffee. Get yourself presentable. Sit down at your computer. This is when you need to be doing your lead generation. You can use My Plus Leads, RedX, LandVoice, whatever you want. I have found My Plus Leads to be the better of them, but that's my opinion. And guys, below the video, you're going to find free trials. If you're not using My Plus Leads and want a 30-day trial, I got your link down there. If you want to use Mailbox Power, direct mail, there's a 14-day link. There's a pro member and an executive, depending on how much postcards you're going to send out. You need to determine what's best for you, but I love their program. But guys, this is how you do it. Now, let's just talk about the touches. Those of you watching now, do me a favor. Comment below, how many touches do you think you need before you get a client calling you back? Traditionally, between 6 and 8 touches, maybe a little bit more before they actually start to be interested in your message. I've had them call me back literally within the first week or 2 of getting my marketing going. Let's talk about our touches. A letter, first day, that's 1. An email, first day, that's 2. A postcard, first day, that's 3. Now, my letter will get to them before my postcard. My postcard will be about a day, maybe 2 behind the letter that I'm going to send, but in the first 3 days, they're going to get 3 things immediately. So there's 3. Then I have 3 additional postcards, 1, 2, 3, and 9 other emails. Guys, that's 15 touches per client. Now, what did it cost me to market to that client? The letter I sent was 50 cents or 50, whatever the new one is, 52 or whatever. The postcard campaign, because I have mailbox power and the postcards that I'm sending out don't cost me anything except for shipping. The postcard campaign cost me about $1.75, $1.80. So I'm literally into this marketing for that client for about $2, $2.20. The emails are free. They're in my CRM. So guys, this expired listing program is hot. You guys can do this. If you don't have direct mail, go find you one. If you need more, and guys, you can't just log into the MLS. You can log into the MLS and find the expires and send them a letter, but you're not going to get email addresses. You're not going to get, postcards being sent. So you really need to, when you're thinking about your marketing, enhance what you're doing, because the more touches, and not just an email, a letter, an email, a postcard, right? An email with a video. That's how you build your pipeline. And if you do this consistently for a couple months, think about what you can. Guys, this just expires. This same strategy you can use for FSBOs. So in conclusion, this expired campaign, while not for everybody, is for the agent looking to grow and scale their business. Talk about predictability and scalability. If you can predict how many closings you're going to get off of a campaign and a budget. So if you budget $100 a month for direct mail and postcards just to expireds, and let's say within month 2 or 3, let's say month 3, you're starting to close and you consistently getting 2 closings a month, that's 10 grand. You scale it and you go large. You go large with it, right? You expand your budget. You really go crazy with the postcards. You go crazy with the direct mail, the email campaigns, and you budget some of that profit into creating some really good video emails. I'm talking about things that make sense. So again, this is very predictable if you're consistent, and it's scalable. All right, guys, that's it. If you're just coming on, I just broke down in 17 minutes, in my humble opinion, one of the most incredible expired listing programs that I've seen, well, that I've created, but that I've seen outside of just simple cold calling. I'm not against the cold calling. And if you want to learn how to dominate with cold calling, again, at the beginning, I told you, Ricky Carruth, he is the god of cold calling, as well as Brandon Mulrennan. Both of these guys are agents. They've built massive teams and they've got years of experience cold calling. I don't have a problem. I think you probably, if you added cold calling to this mixture, your closing ratio would just go up. I typically don't do a lot of cold calling anymore. But having said that, not against it, but this is a great strategy. If you haven't seen it from the beginning, this is worth watching, guys. This is one of those ones that if I charge for it, I would buy the freaking video. But anyway, that's it. I appreciate every one of you guys. And don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the bell, be notified when I put this stuff out, guys. I'm a realtor just like you. And I put this content out to help you guys navigate the confusing waters of real estate marketing. All right, man, have a great day, and I will see you on the next video.